Lightning Robotics has decided to switch to Java for the 2017 season. To participate in this endeavor, you will first need to prepare your system for development. There will be 3 steps. The first is to install Java, then Eclipse, and then the WPI library plugin for Eclipse. We will first be installing the JDK, or the Java Development Toolkit. From the Java download page, you must first accept the license agreement, then select the correct version for your system to download. Links for all pages can be found in the video notes. If you're using OS X or Linux, try to follow along, but your steps are slightly different. Once the JDK download is finished, run the installer. The default options are correct, so just click Next through all of the prompts. This next step is optional. I prefer to be able to use my system from the command prompt as well as from inside Eclipse, which requires environment variables to be set. I will first copy the JDK home directory into my clipboard. Then I will set the environment variables Java home to that directory and add to my path environment variable Java home/bin. Again, this step is optional. If you do not plan on using the command line and will only be using the Eclipse development environment, you can skip this section. Now we will install Eclipse. First, we'll navigate to the page and download the correct installer for our environment. Once the download completes, we'll run the installer. It will take a moment, but then it will bring up a menu of options. From this menu, we will select Eclipse IDE for Java development. From this point, the default options are correct. Select Install and wait for it to complete. Now, click Launch or select the Eclipse icon from your desktop. Eclipse can take a little while to start, especially if your system is a little slower. Next, we will configure Eclipse. Select Preferences from the Window menu. First, under the General Tree, select the Workspace page and activate the Save Automatically Before Build option. Second, under the Java tree, select the installed JREs page. Now we will add the directory where we installed the JDK in the previous step. Take care to select the JDK and not the JRE directory. Finally, we must click the checkbox to the left of our newly added JDK option, and then Apply and OK. Next, we will install the WPI-lib plugin into Eclipse. Select Install New Software under the Help menu. Click Add. For the name, type FRC, and for the location, use the WPI link from the video notes, and click OK. I'm installing both C++ and Java, but you can select Java only to save some disk space. Click Next, and then accept the license. Accept all the default options from here, and wait for the install to complete. Lastly, we're going to install GitHub Desktop. Git is a version control system. Think of it like a combination backup system and time machine for programmers. Last year, we did a pretty good job of using Git to track our development in LabVIEW. One of the reasons we're switching to Java is to make better use of Git to allow more people to simultaneously work on the robot code. All programmers will need to use Git and have a GitHub account. Today, we're only going to install the Git software. Follow the link from the video notes, download the installer, using the default options, allow it to install. If you do not already have a GitHub account, please create a free one and then test your credentials from the newly installed GitHub Desktop. If you have any problems with this step, do not worry. We'll spend much more time later discussing Git and how we use it on our team. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you can get the software installed before we meet this summer, and we can be more productive. If you have any questions, follow up on our email list. Thanks.